誰か走っているのか。
10入るよ。
赤ずきんか。入るも何も入ってから言われてもな。
別に10の部屋だからいいかなって。
で、何なの？
いや、用はあるけど。
それならその要件を手短に教えてくれ。
何？そんなに忙しいの？
ああ、考えることが山ほどある。
どんなこと？
今は食べられる植物の法則性を調べていた。この状況、食糧危機はいつやってくるかわからないからな。
へえ、どういうものなら食べられそうとかあるの？
それで要件を言ってくれないか。
はあ？せっかく質問したのに無視して、そんな言い方はないんじゃない？
僕のところに来て要件以外の世間話が必要なのか。
そりゃ絶対ってわけじゃないけどさ。
なんだ、夜中にマラソンでもする話か。それで一人じゃ寂しいから僕を誘いに来た。それとも今日は暖かかったねとでも言いに来たのか。僕はどの話にも乗る気はない。つまり早く要件を言
え。別に走りの誘いに来たわけじゃないし。
皮肉だよ。大した要件じゃないならまた今度にしてくれ。
別に雑談くらいしてもいいでしょ。何もそんな冷たくあしらわなくてもいいじゃない。
あしらったわけじゃない。さっきから言ってるが忙しい。気を使ってくれるなら今すぐ回れ右をしてテントから出て行ってくれ。
何出口を進めてるのよ。 まったく何よその態度、ムカ
本当にこんな話をしに来たのか。それならはっきりと抗議させてもらうぞ。
だから要件はあるってば。もう本題の前に交流を深めてもいいでしょ。
ああ、もう十分だ。君が極めてめんどくさい人間だということは分かった。
分かった。要件だけ手短に言うわよ。
なんだ、やっぱり用事があるのか。最初からそうしてくれ。
あの時地上に出た時、ジェノサイドピンクと戦う前にメアリガンで助けてくれてありがとうってお礼を言いに来たの。
とてもお礼を言っている態度には見えんが。
なんだかんだ言いながらでも私たちに協力してくれたことも感謝してるよ。
用事はそれだけか。
そうよ、おしまい。お邪魔様でした。失礼したね。さよなら。まったく少しでも似てると思った私がバカみたいだった。
ようやく終わったか。トロー感が。それにしても似てるって話。またジャックというやつのことか。しつこい話だ。似てるも何も全くの別人。どこまでその男にこだわっているんだ。さすがにこうもだと少々うんざりだな。
Finally, thank God Massacre Freeze. That's actually good. For people. Alright, I don't mind this.
Ju いる？私よ、親指姫よ。いない？
いるぞ。入っていい？
なんだ、いるんじゃない。今大丈夫？
何か用か？
やっぱあんたそっけないわね。
世間話でもしに来たのか？
もちろんそういうんじゃないけど。
されても困るがな。それでなんだ？
改めてお礼がしたかったのよ。白雪を助けてくれてありがとうって。
正直礼を言われるようなことはしてないが受け取っておこう。
謙虚になるタイプじゃないだろうから言うけど、本当に銃のおかげで救われたわ。白雪が助かっていなかったら正直正気を保てるか自信がなかったから。
姉妹愛が強いんだな。
まあね、それだけ大事な妹だから。要件としてはそれだけ。それじゃこの借りはいつか返すわ。
ああ、そうか。そういえば君はお姉さんだったな。
今のは聞き捨てならないわね。なんで一瞬でも私が姉じゃないと思ったのよ。
見た目だよ。
見た
そもそも親指姫のことは最初10歳前後と思っていた。
10歳？
今は10歳じゃないと分かってるぞ。
当然でしょ。私を10歳扱いするなんて。さすがに失礼よ。あんた謝りなさいよ。
すまない。
いい？私は白雪の姉だから間違えないように。
そういえばジャックというやつに早く会いたいのか？
ジャック？どうしてそこでいきなりジャックの話が出るのよ。別に早く会えればなーなんて思ってないし。
ジャックというやつの話をしている時に 会いたそうな発言をしていたなと思っていたが勘違いだったな。
Thanks, white hair dude. Hey, Rudo, how are
そ
you?
んなわけないでしょ。大体私がなんであいつなんか。
Yeah, the white hair dude is Jew. JYU. Ignore that name right there. Ignore to. I will never acknowledge that name. And for a really good reason. But yeah, we're just doing like the stream title said. It's just going to be grinding and like affection events. Doing fine, good. Sorry. Good to hear.
この植物は興味深い。擬態化されたものだろうか。こちらの花と一緒に調べてみるとしよう。
あ、ジュンさんを発見。ちょうどいいですね。ああ、どうしたものやら体が急にだるくなってきたです。
かぐや姫。
ここからもう一歩も動けそうにないです。このままではテントに戻れないです。とっても困りました。チラチラ。はあ、すっごくだるい
Wait,
です。
did they call Jew toe in the English localization? Yeah, they did. And it's a dumbass localization, if you ask me. Because the idea for his name was that Red just chose a random kanji. She literally just pulled a random kanji out of her ass and is like, okay, here you go, this is your name. And it just happens to be read as Jew, which, depending on how you read that kanji, Jew, it can be read as Jew, which means gun, which makes sense because he uses a Mary gun and whatnot, and they keep calling him Jew from that point on. But the idea is that we don't know why she chose that particular kanji, and since you know kanji can be read in different ways, some people might read it a different way and such. So the idea is that the player, like us the player, we have to make our own conclusion to like what this kanji actually means and such. But the English localization just decided, oh, let's just call him Toe because of Lomao reasons. It's like, it's fucking dumb. I hate it. It ruined it, if you ask me.
ちなみに具体的にはどういった時に景色リビドーが強まるんだ。
運動した後、特にだるいです。あと、外に出たのはいいけれど、テントに戻るのがしんどいなっていう時とか。
他には
寝てたら誰かが勝手に運んでくれたらいいなって思うような時は最高潮に高まりますね。
結論から言えば単に君の気分次第でリビドーの強弱が出ている可能性が高いな。原因はよく分かった。では僕はこれで。
勝手に一人で納得してさっさと去ろうとしないでください。わらわの話を聞いたんですから、恩返しにテントまで連れて行ってください。
いや、ただ会話をしただけなのに恩返しを求められて。
Princess lazy.
本当にそんなことに
she even got more lazy. Wow.
今後は君とは何も話せなくなるぞ。
はあ、それは困りました。
それに気の持ちようだと言っただろう。戻ろうと思えば自力で戻れるはずだ。第一、君にはいつも移動に使っているそれがあるだろう。
はい、このバンブー1号ですね。ジュンさん、操作してみますか？これを外から操作すれば
わらわに対しての理解がさらに深まるかもしれないですよ。
何？それは外部から操作できるものだったのか？
ここにある操作ボタンをちょいと動かせば誰でもこのバンブー1号を操れるのです。どうです？ちょっといじってみませんか？ちなみにこのボタンを押すと前進で、曲がりたいときはこちらのボタンです。
わかった。今回限りだからな。
はいはい、それではわらわのテントに向けて全速前進。ジュウさん、操作がお上手ですね。わらわも楽ちんです。
どうにも腑に落ちない。
Oh my god. Kaguya learned like... She has like 2 massacre skills that can do AoE. That's actually great. Good job, Kaguya. You may be Princess Lazy, but you're actually a step up compared to everyone else in terms of like massacre skills setup. There's like, Rudo, here's the thing, like... Since everyone is based on their Mary Sculpture 2 skill set when it comes to their massacre skills, sometimes they don't get like... I would say when you start the game at finale, they sometimes don't start with like, you know, the really good massacre skills or the skills that I'm like, oh, this will actually help me out. If I had it to begin with, like Snow White is fine. Like she starts with Gravity Pull, which is like great, especially if you make her like a damage dealer. Rock Wall is like good if the enemy's like weak against Earth, which is like pog if you ask me. Red Riding Hood, she starts with Swipe. It is fucking useless because like you might as well just use a regular attack at that point. At least I did the event with her where she gets freeze, which is better because it does water damage, so I can hit enemies' weaknesses more often. And then Dumbledina got the short end of the stick. Like, look at this. She starts with this. Heal all status effects. But none of the enemies at this point uses any status effect moves. And then we just did her event earlier. And she just gets sleep. This puts everyone to sleep, where I'm like, there's some use to it, I guess, if I increase her luck stat to like a high degree, but even then it's like, really? I'd rather have something that does damage. Like, I mean, status effects still hit harder in this game, but like, come on. Cinderella, damn, Cinderella, they did you dirty. She gets minor damage, single target, and then damage, single target. These two right here, they're not good at all. At least she has Wind Edge, which is like fine and dandy, because Wind Edge is broken. But like still, God, Cinderella. And then we have Kaguya. Kaguya starts with Flash Blade, which is like great, hits everything. And she just learned Raising Flame, but is also great. Guardbreak is also like fine if you want to like. I think this is good for boss battles. Like, you know, you can lower the boss's defense down, and you can do more damage afterwards. Like, those are good. So like, yeah, like this sucks so bad. Like, these three had like a rough start. And if you're wondering about what the other teams had like better like selection when it comes to like massacre skills that they start out with. Like Carla's team, everyone learned like AoE attacks immediately, which is like really good. Like, it hits hard and everything. For Jack's team is a little debatable because like his team is like a mixture of single target and also AoE. But Alice is still like busted, like damage output wise. And whatnot, but like, yeah, enough of me belly aching. Let's go grind some more. I'm so glad, like Rudo, I'm glad that I found the next floor for each of the teams relatively quickly while I was grinding and
初め
shit.
ての場所ですわね。
So that tells me that I can like take full advantage of like certain locations in the dungeon, because I learned that certain floors will actually give you different results when you do blood forms on it. Like one floor will give you like a bunch of like accessories that will increase your agility, while the second floor might give you accessories that increase your attack. Sort of thing. Like I learned that when I was playing through Finale for the first time, and I thought it was like interesting compared to like Mary Sculptor 2, where essentially in the second game you can easily get like really powerful equipment in just the first floor. You don't have to go in like the later floors to do farming and shit. You can just like get lucky with a farming spot near home base, and then you can just start like, you know, farming like it's a gacha game. Yes, I do need to smash it. Interesting. Yeah, I know, right? Also, look, Rudo, it's the Ivy Tails. I don't know why they're here though. Like, they're just there. Still, like, questionable as ever. But yeah, kill this one. Fuck, I got hit. Wait, regarding the Death End Request outfits. Oh, which one? Is it the Are you talking about the first game, Death End Request? Or are you talking about Death End Request 2 outfits? Because I do have them unlocked and everything. And when I could like technically show it to you. Hold on. Let me put bombs here. Okay, that's a story event. I don't want to touch that. Also, good job, Cinderella. Let's go murder them. Oh, look at that damage. Oh, it's perfect. Did Adult Cinderella get her outfit back? She did. Okay, I want to show you what Adult Cinderella looks like with the DLC outfits that were first introduced into. Because they actually do have to, like, you know, change the look of the outfit, since, you know, Cinderella has a different body type now. So let me kill this encounter. I don't mind going back to home base because, like, remember, this is a grinding stream. I'm just relaxing at this point, so I don't mind like doing random shit. Fuck. Jew, kill it. Ooh, it's a key. Alright, I don't mind going back to home base. Hold on. So yeah, so the default jobs, of course, is like Cinderella's outfit from like Mary Sculptor 1. So it's like, yeah, these are the same. There's nothing to talk about. But then we get to DLC ones, Rudo. We have Clown Cinderella. Look at that. She's ready to wax people with that bat. And then we have Devin Request 2 outfit. There's not really much for me to say, to be honest. Like, I've seen this outfit way too much. Like, every single girl in this game gets this outfit. And it's like, you know, very in design and whatnot, but like... there's really not much for me to talk about. We have Sakura Maiden. This is actually decent, Rudo. Like, this class is actually good in Finale. And the reason for that is because it can use all weapon types, and guns are still busted, so like... you can literally run a team of Sakura Maidens using guns, and they will like do a lot of damage. And whatnot. Finally, I know, right? Like, they're actually useful in this game. Then we have Swimsuit Cinderella. Like, look at this. Like, remember what she looked like in her swimsuit in Mary Sculptor 2? It's like, oh, it's cute and whatnot. Like, it's really adorable. And then we get to, like, Finale, where they use Cinderella's Mary Sculptor 1, like, body. And it's like, holy shit. Like, she's like a supermodel now. Like, damn. And then, you know, same case with Defend Attire 1 Cinderella. You know, it went from like small, cute otaku to like, oh my god. Boy, that fits probably less. What do you mean? It fits her to a T, okay? She's just your regular cosplayer otaku. She just happens to be quite supermodeled body. Oh my god. But like, yeah, there's also the Joe Singer one, which is like interesting. I always see I know the balls are supposed to be microphones and shit, but like they just remind me of like a soccer ball. So I'm just assuming that she's just kicking these balls at the enemy like it's Blitzball, like in Final Fantasy and whatnot. Like, that's literally how I like picture her like fighting with this class, even though it's a magic class. And then we have, you know, G Assassin. This one is actually like decent glass cannon gun build. Like, if you don't give a shit about like the fence and whatnot, and you just want Cinderella to use a gun, just use this class. And when I would say G Assassin and Sakura Maiden are like good options for like gun user Cinderella. But if you're like pure melee and whatnot, I suggest Destroyer, because like Destroyer is just gonna kill everything. Like, it's literally just gonna kill everything on sight, especially when you learn Charge. Like, once you get Charge, Rudo, it's just GG at that point. Like, Charge literally snaps every game in half, except for I would argue that Charge isn't as great in Mary Sculptor 1 Original, and the reason for that is because in that game I feel like it doesn't have like a good turn delay compared to like 2 and onwards, because 2 and onwards Charge has such a low turn delay. It's the same as like, you know, regular attacking or defending or licking, like in terms of like how often you get your turns in. And because of that, Charge is like extremely good. Like, you can just do Charge and then win edge. When you do that, Rudo, everything is just gonna die. Like, literally everything is gonna die. And don't get me started if you have like your gun user use Charge, because at that point it's just a massacre. Like, it literally just becomes a massacre. Rip to them though. Yeah, it is. Blitzball Cinderella. I know, right? I always like Blitzball, like as a weapon in Final Fantasy X. As the sport, I don't get. Like, throughout my entire life, Rudo, I could never understand Blitzball. Like, I could never play that. And whatnot. And also, it like reminds me, like, you know, like using a Blitzball in battle. There was also the Bitball from Xenoblade 2. I hope you played, or you're probably familiar with Xenoblade 2, because in that game there's a literal weapon called the Bitball. and it plays exactly like a blitzball. Like you literally have to kick the ball to hit the enemy. And what's even more funny about Naruto is that it's a healing weapon. So in other words, you learn a lot of healing spells from it. So that means you can literally make your healer just play ball. Like, it's hilarious. It's absolutely great. Cinderella is Albert Ed confirmed, maybe. Like, I don't think she like talks like them, but like, yeah, maybe. Well, exactly, Rudo. Like, God, like when we get to the Xenoblade game, I'm sorry, the Xeno games, because I'm gonna start with Xenogears and then go to Saga and then go to Blade and such. You're probably gonna see me geek over Xenogears and Xenosaga because like I really love those ones a lot. If you want me to geek over Blade, I'll probably geek over Xenoblade 2 and such. And if you're like, oh, what was Xenoblade 1? Like, okay, here's the thing. I did play 1 back in the Wii when it came out, and I do like that game a lot. Like, that game is, like, really great. But compared to 2, I enjoyed 2 a lot more. And then we get to the topic Xenoblade 3, which, Rudo, I don't really want to talk about 3, because, like, that game is also good, but at the same time, it was kind of underwhelming to me. Like, I felt really underwhelmed when it came to Xenoblade 3 and such. I will get into that more detail when I actually stream it and such, but like for now, that's like my general opinion when it comes to those. Also, Xenoblade X, like, oh my god, I love X. Like, Rudo, if you play Xenoblade X, you're pog, man, because one of two things. 1, you get your own mecha. 2, you can literally do a bunch of crazy combos with it. And 3, here's the best part. Are you ready, Rudo? You can customize it to any like way you want. You can like make it a big boy, or you can make it a slim boy. And whatnot. But like, yeah, what do you wrote down, Rudo? Also, that guy in the lab looks familiar. Oh. Are you talking about Jabberwock? Yeah, it's Jabberwock. He's not Snark. This is Jabberwock. He's the younger twin brother of Snark. I know that sounds confusing, but like when you meet the guy and everything, he does confirm for a fact that he's not Snark. He's actually the younger twin brother. And such. And what's even more funny about this is that Red can actually vouch for him. And you want to know the reason why she can vouch for him? It's because that according to her, while they're like, you know, twins and whatnot, she can still tell the difference between the two. And she points out like, oh, he's more like, he looks a little younger compared to Dad. And like, he has a little bit of a slim like face compared to the to Dad and such. Like, she literally points out like all the small details of Jabberwock and like, you know, points out that, oh, it can't be Dad because he actually looks different. And she points out the very small details that no one else was able to like point out. That's like the funny thing about that scene. It's like, yeah, like Red is like able to point out these small details because, you know, she's a daddy's girl and whatnot. Like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's funny as hell. He has no problems with us killing him. He doesn't seem to like mind it too much, and he explains because he didn't expect his brother to go batshit crazy. Like, he thought his brother was like a nice person. Well, he is technically. There was like moments in the prequel novel where Snark was like actually a good person, but like during the events of Nightmares, no, like Snark is just evil and whatnot. And what's interesting is that Jabberwock actually was genuinely surprised to learn how evil his brother became and such. So as a result, he does feel like, you know, kind of sad, but at the same time, he's like, man, like, I feel bad for you guys. Oh yeah, I have yeah, we have this.
しっかりこなしてきたな。しっかりこなしてきたな。
So Jabberwock has no feelings with us killing Snark. Essentially, yeah. He doesn't really have too much of a hard feeling towards it. Also, Kadawaki. How do you get to be the commissions guy? Well, that's because, he can't run the item store, someone else is doing it, so the only job he has left is the, you know, look over the commissions. Oh god, hold on. Magic. So essentially, you got nothing to do, pretty much. I mean, he's also like the guard. You know, he has to watch over the home base and like make sure no mayhems come in and such, like he did in the first game. But like other than that, yeah, he's just the commissions guy. Oh my god, why is this guy living? He needs to die. Hold on. Well, that one died. I don't mind it too much. Hey, good job, Snow White. I kinda hate how there's like a little bit of a delay in my movement when you get out of battle. And since the game still runs for a little bit, that means, you know, I don't have enough time for me to get away. Also, hey, Rudo, look, it's the prince guys. Look at that. Ooh, kitty headband. Alright. Wait, I went the wrong way. Oops, my bad. Why is he still alive? Die. Yeah, sorry about that, dummy. Thank you. Oh my god. I kinda wish Thumbelina could learn freeze. Because like most of the enemies here are weak against water. But she doesn't get access to water unless I make her into a therapist. Hey, look, it's Tiny Princess. Let's go, puckers. I mean, I already know Tiny Princess is still a thing, but still, like, I'm so glad that I came back and it's like actually good. I love it. Thank you, game. Thank you. Let's see, fogging web. This is a wait. That's a tech. What? Huh. I did not know that. But like, yeah. Big key number 1. Now he's gonna shrink it. Small key number 1. How cute. Is this one on the? Well, yeah. Like no duh. Here we go. Ooh, this is a blood farm spot. If only Carla gets this. Like, Rudo, they nerf blood farms for Carla's team who has Hamlin, because remember, like, Hamlin is essentially designed to be the blood farm queen. Like, you can literally get some really busted equipment if you harvest the blood farms with Hamlin. But because of them being aware that, you know, she's busted and such, they have to make Carla's team, like when they go through the map, have like these really awkward like positions for the blood farms. Like look at this. Like look at this, Rudo. Look how awkward this position is. Like this is really awkward. And what's even more interesting is that they get better ones. Like look at this. This one completely fits a blood farm spot. But they didn't because, like, you know, balancing reasons and shit. And, like, I don't mind it too much sometimes, but at the same time, I'm like, it's so uneven. Like, look how uneven this is. Like, it's still broken, Rudo, like, mind you. It's still broken, it's just that it's not as broken as before. But it's not, like, easily accessible. Or, like, easily to break. As I know this guy is like weak against Earth, the dragon guy, so we'll just do that. Yeah, discuss your firepower. Thank you! Now just murder this one. They did a bit of balancing thing. Exactly, that's what they did. That's why I really enjoyed Finale, because it's clear that the gameplay of Finale is essentially Mario Sculptor 2, but they pretty much balance it so that it won't be as, like, you know, broken easily to snap in half and shit. But, like, judging by how you see me play, it is still easy to break it in half. It just requires a little bit of prep work and a little bit of planning, but like it's still easy to snap Finale in half. It just takes a little bit of work and time compared to the previous games. Like Rudo, you remember how easy it is to like get busted Motor Force with Dumbelina if you just happen to have like enough blood crystals to unlock that class, and then you can just learn Motor Force at that point. But remember how easy it was in the first game? Of course it doesn't do shit. Like, why the hell not? Sorry about the perch. This is useless. I think so. They made it harder here. Which one? Like Motor Force or like getting stuff in general? Because if you're talking about blood crystals, it's really easy to farm blood crystals in this game because of the jail trials, but if you're talking about like learning skills and such, it is slightly easier because like level ups now, they give you 2 class points instead of 1 per level. So it's easier for you to unlock like stronger skills early on. Yes, finally, Red was murdered. Oh, look at that damage, Rudo. Oh, look at that. 400. It's wonderful. They should have let her start with it. The fact that they made her start with swipe is like disappointing, but now she has a really good massacre skill. It's wonderful. I love it.
覚悟なさいませですわぶっ飛ばしてやるなんでなのよ片付きましたわね一丁上がり
Hey, good job.
出番ですわねやっ行くわよはっ出番だねとりゃー早く登ろうの
仕方ないですね。これでも食らってください。
Oh, thank you,
圧
Kaguya.
倒的勝利です。
And you learn a power wrist. Nice.
だるいです。
Also, Rudo, I need to tell you this. If someone happens to redeem you to play Mary Sculptor 2 and whatnot, I want to tell you this straight up. Magic is kind of useless in 2 compared to the first game. Especially Mortal Force, they nerfed it so hard in 2. Because now in Mary Sculptor 2, they made all AoE spells have chant, which is essentially like a cooldown before they actually do the spell to hit the enemy. And it's so inconsistent. Like, the way the charge up takes too long. Like, after you use the thing, you get such a huge turn delay. And it doesn't even hit that hard. There is a way to make charge useful, but like, even then it's not that great. Like when you use magic in 2, you're mostly going to be using single target, or maybe the Death End Request spell list, because like the Death End Request spell list, like the magic spells that they learn and such, you know, the ones that you unlock in Death End Request 1. And so, like Rudo, you played Death End Request 1. You remember, like, some of the cool magic spells in that one, right? So, some of those cool magic spells in Death End Request 1 comes back in Mary Sculptor 2 as, like, you know, the default spell list that you can learn for people who have access to the Death End Request DLC class. That one's actually decent. Like, those spells right there are actually pretty good, and they're, like, a good substitute to the, you know, Mortal Force and whatnot.
これでどうだ。
癒されます。
出番ですわね
Rip any SNT level strats or Mortal Force spam then. Yeah, pretty much.
これは痛いわよちょっといや出番ですね
だるいです。
だる待ってました
Also, Rudo, since we're like talking about Death and Request and whatnot, did they ever have these enemies? Because I know like Ideal Factory and Compile Heart likes reusing assets and whatnot, but I don't remember seeing these enemies in any Death End game. Like this little heart guy right here.
さてどう動く。
Unless my memory like failing me and whatnot, I don't remember seeing them.
いい感じですかったわ 覚悟なさいませ
I forgot, it's been a while since I played Death End 1. Oh, alright.
ですわザー任せなさいこれでも食らいなさい
Thank you, dummy.
皆さんのおかげです
Oh, we're getting close.
気にするほどではない。
Oh, we're getting so close here though. We're getting close to level 10, which means we're gonna get another drop right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make Snow White unlock logic for the good, you know, passive abilities, and also water attack and wind edge and volley. And at that point, Snow White is gonna be like kind of like my pure damage dealer, other than Cinderella. I found it odd fitting that I end the Meriscope in one segment last stream with the temple, since the plot of Vedic/status involves an ARG-ish thing about a site about Japanese trends. Yeah, I did saw it. Like, I remember I said BRB to you that I had to go eat and whatnot. I did come back, but I forgot to mention that I did came back. But I saw you playing the rhythm game, and I was like, oh wow, Rudo's pretty good at it. My rhythm skills definitely eat trophy a bit. Oh, I don't think so. I think you're still. I think it's really cool. I want to tell you this straight up. I'm not good at rhythm games, like at all. Like, if you ever tell me to play a rhythm game, you're probably gonna see me fail, like really badly. And that's even if like a game has like I'm fine with like rhythm mini games. You like, you know, games that have like a rhythm mini games. Like, I'm fine with those because those are like easier for me to like get used to. But like a traditional rhythm game, like one's designed for those type of things, I'm not good at it. I suck at it. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Hey, good job, Kaguya. She's just slaughtering everything. Like, I feel like I built Toast Team to be really good. Like, they're just having an easy time. Of course. Here. Of course it doesn't do shit. Yeah, thank you, game. Thank you. Pink scalpel. I can't progress any further because I need, what do you call it? I need someone to unlock the doors for, Ju. Yes, I need someone to unlock it. Alright. Mini, mini, mini. Well, pick a target right, so if you pull it, let it go. Oh, there's a cutscene here. I'll do that later. Oh wait, I want to show you something, Rudo. Look, we have new characters! Ridley and Ellie. That's all I have to say. They're just new characters. And the only thing that we know about them is that they live in Linhard Island, which according to them It's an artificial man-made island that was made for people to like live in because of the contamination that was going on in the surface. But the contamination slowly starts spreading across the island, and now they're looking for their parents. That's all you need to know. I guess having to fit blood mains on a mountain or road, only people who would play initially would definitely get put illustrating game knowledge out. Yeah, pretty much. Oof, on the surface contamination. Yeah. But what's interesting is that as you're kind of exploring with them, they refer to the mayhem as the contaminated ones, which is kind of weird. But the way how they describe certain things will play an integral role in the story of finale. And also the world building of the surface as well. So like, yeah, that's all you need to know, Rudo. I don't want to get into more detail of it because like, I'm gonna, you know, cover their story in a later stream and such. Like, you know, we're gonna go through their story and whatnot. But for now, what I'm telling you is just like the basics. Like, this is what they tell you straight up when you start their story. But yeah. Did Pyre Did Pyre happen to be taken under Carla's care? Yes, she has. Look at them. We have Bunny Girl Hamlin, Swimsuit Gretel, Swimsuit Pyre, or Shira, Normal Rapunzel, and Assassin Sleeping Beauty. Even though she looks like your regular like store clerk. Like, she looks like someone that works in a convenience store. But like, yeah, Carla and Pyre meet each other, and what's funny about this is that what essentially happened was that Pyre went through the portal and she accidentally bumps into Carla, and she says like the most iconic line that I remember laughing my ass off when I first played Finale. I do have the photo. I have the screenshot of it, but I need to like, you know, hide my screen and such because, you know, I don't want people to know my account and whatnot. You know, potential doxing shit. But like, yeah, I'm gonna show you the funny line. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Hold on. It was here. Oops, wrong button. Here you go. What's your problem? I'm trying to summon God, and I get stuck on a small fry. Copying a Chuny in 4K, yep. Like, look at this. Look at this line. This is gotcha games in a nutshell, Rudo. This is how I feel when I do fake go. Like, it's great. I love it. It's relatable. But yeah, like, you can kind of tell by, like, my screenshots. They're mostly Mary Skelter with, like, some other games as well. I don't mind showing you guys this because it's screenshots from games that I like. I don't mind showing it and whatnot. Like, I play SMT5. I love that game a lot. There's, like, stuff from, like, Mary Skelter 2 that I remember taking photos of because, like, it made me laugh. Like, this one right here. The age of large breasts are over. Those with small breasts will overcome the chaos of this world. Thanks, Car Pyro. Oh, Ayo, Nanovino, and Mizu's Mary Skelter stream. Real it is. I love SMT5 a lot. I played the DLC too. Like, the DLC for 5 was, like, great. And I played it after I beat the game. More specifically, I did a New Game Plus run where I, like, resetted my level and everything. So because of that, when I played the DLC, I had, like, you know, some of my broken demons and such. But, like, even then, I still had a lot of fun with it. Like, I thought the boss battles were, like, really great and everything, especially the infamous one near the end. Like, Rudo, if you play SMT5 and you are aware of one particular DLC boss, I honestly like that one a lot. But, like, yeah, there was, like, other stuff. I remember taking screenshots back when I really liked it. Like, this one right here. This one, I remember being like, yeah, this is worthy of a screenshot. You mean on first sight? Were you in heat? Would you have asked for anyone's marriage? Anyone's hand in marriage then? Like, Gretel's just, like, spitting facts to Elsie about, like, oh, I fell in love at first sight. That's why I asked for Mermaid's hand in marriage. And she's like, so you were just in heat then? Like, Gretel doesn't hold any punches, Rudo. Like, there's a lot of scenes in Mary Skelter 2 where Gretel literally does not hold any punches when it comes to her comments and whatnot. What else did I remember taking funny photos of? Oh yeah, there was also this. This one right here, Rudo. We have Mary essentially really happy of getting a hug from Charlotte, and she's just like, she's just like living the life at this point. Like, look at this. Oh, but I can't fight it. I can't. More. Sandwich me more, Charlotte. And whatnot. But yeah. Yes, I get it. Shut up and keep hugging me. Yep. Mary's just. Mary is just relatable. Thanks for the information, girl. I was not aware of that. Now I'm aware of this particular place of, place of information. I appreciate you informing me. Now I feel informed. Yes, that is like. There's a lot of funny moments. I'm just gonna straight up say that. There's, like, a lot of funny moments. Yeah, we already saw that one. I don't know why I took a photo of that. It's just Gretel's face when she was just saying this sentence. It just made me go like, yep, that's Gretel. That's, like, 100% Gretel. That face she has right there, yep, that's 100% Gretel. That sentence, accurate as fuck. Gretel moment it is. It's like, yep. That's Gretel, alright. I don't remember this one. What do you oh, I remember this. I think this scene was like Pyra being surprised that everyone's being nice to her. Like, she's actually generally surprised that people are being nice to her. So she's like, okay, what do you guys want? Is this a prank? And which is, like, both funny but also sad, given, like, her backstory. Like, once you learn about Pyra's backstory, these moments right here is, like, dark comedy humor at best. and whatnot. But yeah, the rest is like Mary Skelter stuff that's later on in the game. I don't want to talk about it because I'd rather just have you guys see it and whatnot. But like, hey Rudo, look at this. This is in Death End Request 2. I miss this. I miss when games have this message. This game contains graphic depictions of violence and grotesque scenes. I miss when games do this. Like, it reminds me of like those warning messages that you see in trailers back then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Rudo, like, oh, warning, viewer discretion advised. Like, you remember those, right? Like, I miss it when games do that. Like, nowadays they don't do it. And it's like sad. And whatnot. And also, oh my god, Rudo, look at this. Look at this DLC right here for Death End Request 2. This looks really familiar. And such. And yes, it is in fact like 3D models of it, like actual proper 3D models. It looks exactly like what it's, you know, being described right here. And whatnot. But like, yeah. Man, I should like replay Death End Request. I want to do like the first game and then the second game. Like, you know, that obviously makes sense why and such. But like, yeah, that's all I have to say. And whatnot. I don't know what else that I did here. Oh yeah, these were just like random photos that I took later on. But yeah, that's all I have to say, Rudo. So like, thank you for like looking at these screenshots of mine. And whatnot. Let's go back to, nope, I did not mean to do that. But like, yeah, thank you, Rudo. Let's go continue on. Oh, this is good, Rudo. But at the same time, I'm like, it could have been better. It could have been better. Oh my god. Should I risk it? Should I like reload my save? You know what? I should, because this is a grinding stream. I don't give a shit. This is good. This is actually good, Rudo. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. This is actually good. Also, what do you wrote down? Warning, the following game contains scenes of violence and or Elizabeth. According to Ideal Factory and Compile Heart must insist that no one attempts to recreate or reenact any battles or scene performed in this game. Exactly. I really miss when like games do that and whatnot. I feel like nowadays we don't do it that often, and because of that, people are just like, I don't know what you call it. I feel like when it comes to social media, they kind of take fiction a little too seriously sometimes. I really miss messages like this, because it kind of gives me like a slap in reality. It's like, oh yeah, this shit is fake. Like, it can be uncomfortable, but it's fake. I think, yeah, Pyre, you should use this. No, this one. Yeah, this one is better for you, Pyre. Rapunzel. This one. Actually, no. Is that fine? Nah. This one took us, no. I need this though. So I need to replace it with something else. I guess this one. Yeah, this one's better. By chance, what kind of outfits does Pyro get? Alright, let's go show it. I want to show you it because I don't mind showing. And also, I got lucky with this, like, you know, forming right here, so I'm happy now. So I don't mind, like, you know, not progressing in the story. And also, like, who doesn't like good outfits? Oh, look, it's a key. Anyway, this is annoying for now. So yeah, Pyre gets... Let's see, she starts an Executioner, which is like her default outfit. She gets Assassin, which is like, you know, she just looks like an assassin. There's nothing much to talk about. And then she gets a school uniform. Look at this Ruto. Look how cute she is in her school uniform. Also, this is like her best magic class, mind you, because like the only one that's like decent for magic is maybe Leech. Sorry, Torturer. Maybe Torturer, and that's it. Like, this one is a better like magic class for Pyre. And I do have a fun fact about this Ruto. So this class right here, if you're playing the Japanese version, you actually need to pay money to unlock it. You have to spend like, let's see, if I convert yen into like US dollars, that's like roughly $1. So you have to spend almost $1 for Pyre to get access to a school uniform that's actually her best like magic class. And then we have that fan request too. Like you said, Rudo, is this Rati's outfit. That's it. There's nothing more than that. We get Soccer Maiden. Like, look at this Rudo. She looks like something straight from Naruto. Like the giant, but I do know there's a proper term for it. Let's just call it Shuriken for now. And then we get the swimsuit. Look at this. She gets like little devil wings. It's cute. And whatnot. But like, yeah, Pyre's like DLC class line isn't like too big compared to everyone else. Like, everyone else gets like a fuck ton. Like, look at this Rudo. Like, look at this. She gets like look at Rapunzel. She gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She gets 7 DLC classes compared to Pyre, who gets like 4. No, no. Same thing with Gretel. Like, look, she gets oh, oops, my bad. Look, she gets 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Also, if you're curious about certain things, physical Gretel is a thing here. Like, you can actually do a decent physical Gretel through the Kitty Sweater class, Sakura Maiden, or G Assassin. Those 3 classes, if you ask me, are like good for a physical Gretel because they can use guns. Guns are busted and whatnot. For Magic Gretel, it's kind of lacking because she doesn't learn a lot of good scholar skills in this game, sadly, compared to like the previous games. Like, her magic selection is a little bit lacking, but at the same time she does learn like good magic spells from here, which is like great, especially Mateus. Like, Mateus is like good healing and whatnot. But like, yeah, Magic Gretel's kind of lacking here. Physical Gretel's like really good. And then we get to Hamlin, who's like busted like magic shit. Like, my god. I'll go into more detail about that in a later date. And then we have Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is a Sleeping Beauty. Like, there's nothing much to talk about. She's a good gunner, as always. I really want to, like, get to Blood Hunter. But at the same time, I want to unlock the skills from Sniper and Speed Gunner because they're really good. Like, Spray is good. This is good. This one's good, and this one's also good. This one's like debatable, but like it's still pretty good. And I want to get her to Blood Hunter because of this and this, and also like Blood Hunter stat wise is really decent compared to the other ones. Like look at the stat lines. This is like balance. This is like pure offense, but like, you know, glass cannon. This is like speed. This is offense, glass cannon part 2. And then Blood Hunter is just pure like tank. Like look at that HP, Rudo. Like look at that. This pure HP. So like yeah, what do you wrote down real quick? Bro, 15,000 Indonesian dollars, I'm assuming, in Rappi for wait, 15,000 Indonesian Rappa for pay to win pirate. Exactly, you have to spend money if you play the Japanese version of Finale. It'd be confusing for Hamlin if she keeps her Sheena outfit though. I mean, yeah, she has Al. Al's still cool. Oh wait, she was out, not Sheena. Yeah. Oh, HP machine. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Sheena, let's go to Jack.
今は進もう。
研究室へよ。
Look, it's Sheena Alice. She's back. But yeah, Alice does get like new ones. Like she gets G Assassin, which is like decent for gun Alice. Sucker Maiden's also great as well. She gets Alice becomes a magic unit. She gets this class, which is essentially is like, yes, Bunny Girl Alice. Virgin Killer sweater too. Like, how wonderful. But if you ask me, like, if you want to do a magic Alice build, I would say you choose between Bunny Girl or Pantsless. These two are good for like a magic Alice, if you ask me. Like these two classes right here are good for like a magic Alice. And whatnot. But like yeah, Bunny, yes, indeed Bunny. Also, since Osu has enough blood crystals, yeah, we have enough now, so I want her to go in here. Tune up Stargazer for the for Win Edge. Win Edge is great, Rudo, and this is also good too. But these two right here, busted, absolutely busted. And then if we get to level 10, I want her to go into Hercules so we can learn Power Earth and Sleep Wind. These two are really good. And also this one right here, and this one right here, and this one as well. And then I'll try to get like after we get Hercules, I want to get Weaver because of this look like Rudo, look at this. Look at these passive abilities. These are really good. Like we have auto defend, which is really great. Attack up, more attack, more defense. Poggers. Oh, oops, wrong button. Magic defense, great. Tech up is good if you want to do a magic Osu, which is actually like decent in Finale. Like Finale Osu is like decent for magic. Like she has a good magic build here. Luck boost for like, you know, status effects. Resist all, Poggers. This one is really good. Like having more SP will save your ass in Finale. And whatnot. But like yeah, so like you said, Osu does get a lot of Mary Sculpture 1 DLC style outfits. Like for example, she gets the G Assassin, which is like really good. because of this skill and this skill right here. Like multiple hit chance, perfect. This right here, where she does water damage, but she gets a little turn delay, which means she can get her turns in more often, is really great. And then we have Defend Request 2 attire, like there's not much to talk about. But look at this Rudo, Sakura Maiden Osu. She looks really cool in it. I like it. Like look at this outfit. This is good. If you want Gun Osu, you can go with Sakura Maiden or Weaver. The reason why I mentioned Weaver is because Weaver has access to all weapon types. So you could technically make Osu a gun user through Weaver or Sakura Maiden. And then we have Swimsuit, we have, you know, Defend Request 1. And look at this, Rudo. It's just bath towel. She gets access to a gun, which is great, but like, it's just bath towel Osu. Wait a minute, what build was I doing with Osu earlier? I'm trying to remember, Rudo. Oh yeah, it was this. Osu, are you sure you're not Yare Sakura? I mean, might as well be. What did I have? Oh yeah, it was this. From Honkai Impact 3. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, Rudo. I played that game too. Even though it's been a while since I last played it. But yeah, let's explore Area 2 with Carla. And I don't know how much longer I have to stream. Actually, no, I need to check the time. Because I am going to make this like a really short stream. Because of one of two things. One, I kind of just want to do like make the grinding streams that I'm doing like shorter than like, you know, my longer streams, which are like, you know, 7 to 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours and such. I do want the grinding streams to be a lot more shorter compared to those. And also I have to do something later on in the day, so that's why I'm not going to stream as long as I did before. So that's all I have to say, Rudo. Also, am I lost? I think I'm lost. It was... Oh yeah, I did unlock the shortcut there. Oopsies, my bad. Osu is yay confirmed. Yeah. Oh, Rudo, look, it's the nightmare. Here, look at it. It's just anime eyes. If you're wondering why it's anime eyes, I will explain the significance of the nightmare design when we, you know, reach the end of the dungeon and we have to fight it for realsies. I forgot you're screaming, buddy. Also, those eyes are from the 80s, if not the 90s. I know, right? It's just a bunch of anime eyes. It's great. So I guess the gel mimic a bit of Akihabara, then either that or the seed is a weed. I guess so. I mean, we do learn more about the gel's mimicry later on, especially in the prequel novels and shit, but like, yeah, I guess in this situation, I guess, It just, I guess the jail, this like jail tower in particular, is a weeb. Like it's full on a weeb. Like the underground jail is kind of a weeb, but it mostly likes fairy tales. But like this one right here, yeah, 100% a weeb. Nah, it's 100% weeb, exactly. Like we're all weebs here. So that means this jail is a fellow man of culture. Or fellow jail of culture, I guess. Even though we all know, like, it's kind of bad to live in a jail. Ah, yes, chant. Stop talking. They're like, yeah, let's see. Burn this. Oh, he survived that. Holy shit. Good thing he dies. And then just do that. Do that. Also, I forgot to ask you this, Stella. So, like, oh yeah, how are you? Go to sleep for now, Sally. Break the manhand's legs. No problem, Rudo. I'm glad that you came in and, like, chat with me in the early parts of the stream. That's really great. Like, it was always Rudo, so, like, yeah, have a good sleep, Rudo. Good night. Mary Sculptor 2 will love this nightmare as well. Little Mermaid. Hey, those two are also fully weaveless Cinderella. I know, right? Game, I already know how this works. You don't need to explain to me how to use Sleeping Beauty. Yes, it didn't run away. Good. Oh my god. I was scared I was gonna run away with Stella. Oh, good job, Pyre. You killed it. Yeah, that was fine. It didn't do that much damage. Now I want to see all three of them with this nightmare talking about all weak things. That would be pogs to see. Oh no. This is a cutscene. Shit. Alright. Oh, poor Pyre. She's depressed that she hasn't seen her sisters. And the nightmare in this location, she's familiar with it, but it just attacked her on sight.
すり傷だらけだし、何かあったのかな。今日は探索を終わりにして、この子をキャンプで保護してもいいっすか？自分気になっちゃって。我も鬼ではないからな。特別に許可をしてやろうではないか。この子一般人よね。なぜこんなところに一人でいたのかしら。親御さんと離れて迷子になったんすかね。できれば何とかしてあげたいっす。迷子か。とにかくこの子をキャンプ地まで運びましょう。みんなで交代しながらそーっと運ぶのだ。この子の目が覚めたら何か力になれるといいっすね。
Oh no, Sleepy has joined the FBI. Be careful, everyone. She knows. I know, right? I do like the design of GSS and Sleeping Beauty. Because, like, she literally just looks like she works in a convenience store. Like, this is literally just looks like convenience store clothes. It's funny. But I understand the reason why is because, like, you know, it's based on like a convenience store brand and whatnot. Like, I understand that, but like at the same time, it's like kind of funny when you think about it. If not the FBI, I know, right? Ooh, Lord, that's a lot. Alright, Hamlin. Oh. Alright, come on. Hamlin, let's go lifting. Let's lift these heavy blocks. Ooh, that's... we just need to recover some blood real quick. Thank you, Carla. Wait a minute. Yippee. Joke that. Okay. This one. Good job. Oh my god. This is a natural decent blood farm spot. It's such an awkward position though, but like this is actually a decent spot. Wait, I can't plant any? Game? Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. It's because of Toe. Nato, Jew. I planted stuff over here with Jew. And because of that, I can't plant stuff right here with Carla. Alright. Come on, Jew.
さあ進めるとしよ
なんか急にゾクッと香りですわ。
う。収穫できたよ。
花です。よし。花です。花です。よし。摘みました。摘みました。収穫。よし。このままじゃ暇だわ。
Hey buddy, what happened to Rachel and her two adorable older sisters? Oh, I haven't did their story again yet. I was kind of busy just grinding. Alright. Oh yeah, still, I have to warn you, this won't be a long stream as usual. Because I have to do stuff later on today. Wait a minute. Hold on. I see something. This is decent. Oh my god. No worries, buddy. You have to do what you have to do. Thank you for being understanding. Wait, so we unlocked the shortcut here. And we get ambushed. It's fine. They don't do shit. Like, look at this. They can't do stuff. We all survived. Look at this. They didn't do that much. You're more than welcome. Do you saw the new Contributors opening? I have. I liked it. I like the music. I like the animation. I enjoyed it a lot. Same, I love it so much. Yeah, I think it's pretty great. Like, I haven't seen like an anime opening in quite a while, so like, you showing me that, I was like, yep, I like it. This is good. Alright, gotta look back. No! I mean, it's fine, but like, still, no!
そうね。パパに連れられて来たことあるわ。
道は覚えてないの？
It was so adorable seeing Neo and Mikuru again. It was awesome. I
い
know.
ちいち覚えてられないわよ。
It's nice seeing.
お
Oh,
買い求めになるものはありますか？
Mr. Merchant.
突然何よ。
これは突然失礼しました。私はここら辺で商売をしているケチな商人でございます。もし興味あらば、さあ見てってください。きっとお役に立つものがあると思いますよ。
Can I tell you something, Stella? Back when I played Finale, I honestly thought Pyre was like related to the merchant because they kind of have like a similar like skin tone, and like the hair kind of looks the same as well. I mean, like the color of the hair, mind you. That kind of made me thought that they were probably like related. But then, you know, I played Finale and then I learned like the plot twists and shit. I'm like, oh, they're not related. Really? Yeah, I honestly thought. Because like when I was like going through like specific events in Finale, I thought like, huh, they kind of look the same now that I think of when I like noticed, like I kind of thought that they look the same, that they have similar like appearance and such. So I'm like, maybe he's like her dad, maybe older brother or uncle, like, you know, a male relative and such. And then, you know, I played through Finale and I learned that was not the case. Because like the reason I thought that was because like I thought it was weird that the merchant was here in Finale. Like he has to have like a significant plot reason to be here, because like remember we only see him in the first game as like, you know, the merchant that wanders around and shit, and that he gets replaced with Carla in the second game. But we do learn some details of him, like he taught Carla like how the shortcuts of the jail and whatnot, which makes me go like, okay, there's something interesting about this guy if he like knows about these shortcuts. And the fact that he is in Finale is like weird to me. It's like, huh, how did he get to the surface so quickly? Like what? It's like one thing to know shortcuts, it's another thing to know how to climb a very high height to get to the surface and whatnot. Because remember, the underground jail is like located extremely below underground. Like I think it was like 666 like meters below the surface and such. Like that's really far down, and it made me go like, huh, there has to be an important reason why he's here and such. So yeah, that's what I thought back when I played Finale. That was just something that my brain was like, that was weird. But like, yeah, what do you wrote down, Style? Well, I see. I see. That's a first. Yeah, my brain's kind of weird sometimes. But yeah, her real family will always be the Blood Mains and XX and XS. Thus, she ends up teaching those very things to XS and XS in the true ending. I know, right? That's like really cool and everything. And whatnot. Man, like getting to the true ending of Finale is quite something. Like, let's be real. Like the final chapters of Finale is quite something. And then we get to Lock Up on Love, where it's just like, oh yes, Goofy time, let's go.
シラさん大丈夫っすか？
地下監獄内をさまよってた商人ね。こんなところまで来るなんてね。
ちょっと見てないで追い出しなさいよね。シラ、落ち着く。よしよし。ここは危ないっすよ。大丈夫っすか？なんすか？自分の顔じっと見て。
いろんな商品が揃ってます。買いますかい？
いや、今は間に合ってるっす。
そうですか。それは残念。ではまたごひいきに。
一人危ない。大丈夫？
私のことならご心配なく。今は世を捨てたただの商人でございますから、何の心配もございません。それでは。
地上に出てまで同じようなことをしてるなんて、よっぽどの狂人か、本当に世捨て人なのかしらね。
But see, it's really is like crazy what they did though. I'm shocked Pyro never got to be around Jack like a good older brother taking care of these, unless they go with that like they did with Rapunzel. I mean, it is interesting that like Pyro never interacts with Jack at all. Like she only hears about him from like Rapunzel mostly. Like the other girls do talk about him. Like she mostly hears about Jack through Rapunzel. So it's kind of like something. And also, given the nature how the teams are like constantly separated and such, like it's hard for like certain newcomers to be familiar with our good old boy Jack. Also, I think I'm trapped here, so we have to like explore the place with Jack, and then I want to see what time it is right now, like the real time for me. Let's see, it's like I'll probably be streaming for like another 30 minutes, and then I have to like end stream because like, you know, I have to do something later. And such. I guess I can put some context in it. So like, my family is asking me to get something for them. And such, so because of that I can't really do a long stream today. And also I have to like what is it called? I think it was like I have to like check on the garage because lately it hasn't been like opening properly. So I just had to like investigate to see what's going on with it. But like, yeah, that's all I have to say, Stella. So like, let's continue on with the game. Also, what you wrote down? They did have a moment where she might think of him as an older brother or that. That's true. There was a moment where she does kind of like you said, like she kind of thought about him a little bit, and she's like, I don't mind having an older brother. And so, no worries, buddy. I fully understand. It's better to knock that out. Yeah. Also, yep, not enough SP. I mean, it doesn't matter because like. Sleepy Beauty can do whatever she wants. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Do this.
いい判断だ。一発で終わらせてあげる。
私の番ね。
我の番だ。
It's alive, why?
あの世で後悔するがいいだろ
Oh, it's just blocking, okay.
う。地獄へ送ってやろう。眠らせ
Damn
る。
it. It didn't stay dead. Alright, let's do this. No, it's not gonna... I hate it. I hate the rain. There we go. Thank you, Sleepy.
やるぞ。手加減しないから。
私の番ね。
ここね。やるっす。行くっすよ。消してやる。
Oh, so what about that? Plus, after all that stuff she went through, she needs Jack as her older brother. Yeah. Like, Pirate goes through a lot of shit.
当然の結果よね。ラプンツェル、レベルアップ。強くなった。終わったわよ。
Oh, I love these blocks. Carly just needs to ram into them just to recover her blood. It's great. Like, Jack has Osu's balls. Toe just had... Oh, sorry, Drew. Drew has just whatever is lying around. And then Carly has these big boxes. Which, like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you, Stella. I don't even know why these exist. Like, I know they're there to, like, block the users, like, a way for you to go through holes and whatnot, but, like, at the same time, it's like, what's their actual practical use? Like, in real life, like, in our real life world, like, why would we have these, like, giant metal boxes? There's nothing in it. Like, there's literally nothing in it. Plus, she's an Emmy Empire, and XX will be so happy to know she's safe with Jack. It is. Yeah, it feels so worthless. It is, like... I understand that it's there for, like, puzzle solving, which is fine and dandy. I can take advantage of it and whatnot. But, like... Remember, the jail mimicked this. This is made by the jail's mimicry. So that means, in real life, there's a box like this. And for the real life of me, I can't see the use of this type of box in real life. So yeah, let's go to Jack, my boy. Look, Stella, it's your waifu. Alice is here. Everyone's level 8. She's no longer like one level below everyone. Finally, Alice gets the love and respect she so rightfully deserves. I know, right? Yeah, I have to give Jack this. I love the dustbin. I like it a lot. It's like literally designed for you to take a full advantage of it. Oh, I'm getting called. Hold on. BRB, I need to go get something. Alright, I'm back. I just have to open the door for relatives. Alright. Let's see, she's still so hot in her swimsuit. I know, right? Like, all the girls look really great in her swimsuits. And whatnot. But like, yeah, I love the desk spin. The desk box. Like, it's fun to take full advantage of it. Also, where's that door? Oh yeah, it was down here. Indeed, I love it. Oh, good job, Mary. Oh, damn. Mary just slaughtered that. Yay, we unlocked the shortcut. Good job, Jack and Real. We have high calorie cookie. Oh, it's fist. Alright.
せて。受けてみろ。
Really? Fine.
やってやるぞ。私の番ね。そこ。
Hey, good job.
余裕っつうか。
Ooh. Good job,
俺
Mary.
の時代が来たんじゃね。見ててね。見つけたわね。
Oh, oops. My
私
bad.
の力、いくよ。いいものね。
Ooh! Stella, I wanted to get this particular weapon. We're gonna do something with it. Oh,
やってやるぞ。きっとうまくいくわ。いくわよ。頑張るわ。
いつでも。
ありがとう、ジャック。安心する。覚悟はいいかい。待ちきれない。行くよ、痛いの。許さないわ。勝てると思った。嬉しいな。レベルアップ。 疲れた。この感じ。私の力、いくよ。見ててね。見ててね。私の力、いくよ。見ててね。私の力、いくよ。
Hey, merchant, how are you? Guard sword. Yeah, so his wares did got updated. That's great. Yeah, I was looking for. Let's get 3 copies of this. You're already using that. Where does meh. Not much to talk about. Do we even get anything new here? Did he even change this where? No, he did not. Alright, we can just ignore this, Stella. There's nothing important here. Let's sell you some stuff though. Here's a green cap, and that's it.
私の力、いくよ。私の力、いくよ。私の力、いくよ。
Wait, what did it? Oh, it opened that. Okay. Yippee, shortcut. Alright.
敵だわ。よってやるぞ。私の番ね。えい、任せて。
いつでも。
出番だね。全力でいくよ。うわ、よし、頑張る。終わりにする。頑張るわ。当たって。来いよ。これで終わりだ。行くぜ。待ちくたびれたね。
頑張るぞ。任せて。
よし、頑張る。逃がさないよ。
楽勝だ。
取り乱してごめんなさい。
きっとうまくいくわ。
えい、任せて。
僕の番だね。
さあ行くよ。全力で行くよ。
頑張る。これならどう？
頑張るわ。
Oh, hey! Kogami, Kogami, look, it's back. Good job, Alice.
出番だね。
Oh my god, look at this guy. Look at this. He has a tail.
覚悟はいいかい？
He didn't die though.
きっとうまくいくわ。そこ。
緊張するな。
Oh.
落ち着くな。
許さないわ。
ほらほらほら。
勝った。
嬉しいな。
慣れないわ、この感じ。
任せてちょうだい。
任せて。
頑張るぞ。
任せて。覚悟はいいかい？
待ちきれない。これでどう？
出番ね。
私たちの勝ちね。
Hey, Jack, you leveled up. Good job. Now we need a few more points for Alice. Oh yeah, I should recover her SP. Actually, no, she's gonna level up soon.
戦闘が始まるよ。
行くぜ。任せてちょうだい。行くわよ。
任せて。
覚悟しなさい。
緊張するな。
どうだ。癒されるわ。
出番だね。覚悟はいいかい？
任せて。
任せて。
私たちの勝ちね。私の力いくよ。
すごく嫌な感じだ。
でも不吉だ。よし、ゲットだ。
敵だわ。行くぜ。私の番ね。
はあ、任せて。手を貸すわ。
僕の番だね。これで
出番だね。さあ、頑張ろう。
頑張る。しっかりして。
任せて。
Oh, good job, Alice. 400 damage. Wonderful.
抑えられない。
And also finishing touches.
これで終わりだ。余裕っつうか。私の力いくよ。準備はいい？行くぜ。おりゃ。はあ、任せて。手を貸すわ。頑張るぞ。さあ行くよ。受けてみろ。私の番だね。これでどうだ。出番だね。覚悟はいいかい。任せて。今よ。よってやるぞ。私たちの勝ちね。きっとうまくいくわ。行くわよ。任せて。覚悟しなさい。
僕の番だね。
任せて。受けてみろ。私の番だね。終わりにする。うちのメス。出番だね。全力で行くよ。みんなのおかげだね。
Oh my god. There's so much fire here. I'm surprised that the place hasn't burned down because of the fire. I did not time that right. Oh.
頑張るわ。覚悟しなさい。
行くよ。
ありがとう、ジャック。来いよ。これでどうだ。待ちきれない。これでどう。頑張るわ。勝てると思った。
取り乱して
私の力いくよ。見ててね。私の力いくよ。よし、ゲットだ。きっとうまくいくわ。そこ出番ね。でどうかしら。
僕の番だね。
出番だね。さあ頑張ろう。
The girls are adding some good damage to the enemies. I know, right?
よし、頑張る。
Osu's passive ability is really great. Also, it's because of how I'm building the characters.
行くよ。全力で行くよ。みんな無事かしら。見つけたわね。
Dry fruit. Okay.
みんな気をつけて。
やってやるぞ。
きっとうまくいくわ。
頑張るわ。
僕の番だね。
ありがとうジャック。任せて。力をどうぞ。
よし、頑張る。これでどうだ。
許さないわ。出番だね。覚悟はいいかい。
余裕っつうな。
Wonderful. Oh my god, the damage output.
ごめん。
What did I... Oh yeah, it's the other way.
私の力いくよ。出発。
Oh, ambush. Not that bad.
やってやるぞ。
行くわよ。頑張るわ。覚悟しなさい。
いつでも。
体と落ち着いて出番だね。覚悟はいいかい。
Jeez. Also, damn. You got a lot of damage there. Holy crap.
見ててね。私の力いくよ。
That's a story event, isn't it? I don't want to touch that yet. I'll do that for the next stream, which is going to be next week. Oh. Huh. Alright. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a good place to end.
メルケンだ。
やってやる
I
ぞ。
mean, it looks like a good place to end, I mean.
きっとうまくいくわ。
Good job, Mary.
行くわよ。
Oh, Charlotte, damn, good job.
僕の番だね。
ありがとうジャック。来いよ。これでどうだ。楽勝だ。
It might be a good sign she will get her payback from what MP did to her. Yep. But like, yeah, this doesn't seem like a bad place to end, so now that I'm thinking about it. Because we unlocked essentially the shortcut. Like the quicker shortcut there. So what we're gonna do is go back to home base so everyone can recover. And then save. I'm liking this. I'm liking my progress, Stella. Like, this is actually good signs. Like, all the teams are getting ready to get to level 10. So that means we're gonna get another job, right? And that means we can unlock another job. And so far, everyone is getting the skills that I want them to get. So that's a good sign. Yeah, this is a good sign. I'm liking this.